Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Gio from Switchrpg.com. We are playing the Outer Worlds here. We're trying to do a prison break here. We are trying to anyway, yeah. So we are at a point where there are a lot of enemies here. We're maybe halfway through the prison. Let's see what lies beyond this door. Nothing. Alright. Let's try and be sneaky pants here. Nothing there. I don't know why we're heading for the pit exit. I thought we wanted to save our friend, right? Did he just stop there? And there's a dude there. He is like right around this corner. He's going back. Okay. You're just, again, doing nothing there. Is he right here? It looks like he's right here. Come on. Move over. There we go. Moved over. Let's go. We're going to close this door if we can. Come on. Come on. Oh, boy. Oh, that was close. All right, that's going to get blowed up. Unseal the door. That was easy. Done. Game over. Huh? What do these guys want here?
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
I'm gonna murder this dude. Chairman Rockwell, I presume.
My word. You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony.
What a turd.
Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Maybe these people could figure out a way, because they're all so smart, figure out a way to, I don't know, maybe help the colony. You know, I wouldn't have, here we go. You know, I wouldn't have to, if you'd be more cooperative about all this. You know, the thought, honestly, hadn't crossed my mind. I'm just trying to help. You'd prefer to keep riding the downward spiral? I can fix this place. Yeah.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
Then you need my help.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one, Captain. Now, if you don't mind, I have to finish prepping this script.
I should murder this dude, huh? He had a terminal right behind him, didn't he? Alright, we don't need that. We just need the... Oh, there's a lot of stuff in there. Messages, cameras. Should I just kill him? I'm doing it. He's dead. He's dead, guys. Alright, come on. I don't like that guy's attitude. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I have no idea where this is going to take me. He's just a pile of ash now. Dude had nothing on him. But chocolates, a pocket watch, and Spacer's Corona. Okay. Well, the dude's dead. What y'all got for me now? Everyone's just gonna die. Come on through the door. I need to hide on something. Come on. I saw another somebody. Where's he going? Alright, well, I think everybody on this floor is dead. Very nice. We're going higher and higher. I missed. Lucky. Oh, shoot. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Doing all right. We're fine, guys. We are fine. That opens up. What do you got in here? More restricted access. Can't get in there. All right. Where is this going to bring us now? Gotta save it. But yeah, it's nice to know that Chairman Rockwell is dead. Oh, she was going to be on our side, wasn't she?
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning. When we moved to arrest him, he was prepared. I lost good soldiers in the attempt.
I had no
You've
idea.
disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
You sure you sure love talking. Do they pay you by the word?
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos. My reports described you as one of Halcyon's sharpest minds. I can't imagine why you'd do something so irrational. I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
You're all bluster and empty threats.
I'm not surprised by your arrogance. You've been prancing about the colony for entirely too long, with no one to put you in your place. Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake, but it is a mistake I intend to correct.
Yeah, you think so.
I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Don't test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health. You don't understand. Phoenix is my friend. I don't enjoy the thought of killing you, but there's been enough violence already.
In that we are in agreement. An end to violence is precisely what I want. An end to chaos. An end to senseless loss of life. The only obstacle standing in my way is you. I wish you'd simply cooperated with me. You're the finest marksman in Halcyon. You could have been my gun.
Well, I'm gonna rescue him. I'm gonna have to do it through
I had a
you.
feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Lovely. There's the one of them that we need to destroy. That seals. Wonder if there's a way we could reprogram that. And that's it. There. Can I get... Is this a door? Oh, man. If we had it maxed out, we'd be able to get through that. Oh, boy. Oh! Okay, well, we got this. I should have... I don't know. I gotta come at it a different way, guys. Maybe I should have taken out his feet. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll take out his feet so he can't walk towards me and then execute him. Try that. Or maybe run in there, but there were a lot of robots. Huh? Alright, I'm gonna try and take out his feet. But like I said, there are a lot of robots there. Oh, that's just great. Oh, I killed him. I didn't even realize I killed him, honestly. I saw him flashing. I had no idea what was going on there. But I got a key. Alright, that's cool. What about all the others? I thought I swore I saw others. Alright, looks like he's up there. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. These guys are all dead ski. You would have been smart to get these things going, but you didn't have much time anyway. How am I getting up there? Is that an elevator there? With the key I have? But I think definitely crippling it helped. Definitely helped. I feel like there's going to be another one. This looks really nice. I love what you've done with the place.
Why won't you go?
How is she gurgling?
Get me out of here!
Alright. Relax.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Are you alright? What did they do to you? The board never stood a chance against me. You knew I wouldn't let anything happen to you, Phineas.
I know, my friend, I know. And now it's finally over. The board's finished. It's only a matter of time before the entire system slips from their grasp. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Alright, I don't like the sound of that at all. Great. And I was just about to pop open some drinks and celebrate. I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Okay, we have a lot of work ahead of us. We better get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time.
There we go.
We're
Hopefully.
going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Somebody has to run the colony. I'm the only competent person left. You can count on me. I'll help revive the other colonists. Yeah.
I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves. but I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together, somehow. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Left unchecked, the war on Monarch consumed both MSI and the Iconoclasts. And when the sulfur cloud settled, only stragglers from both factions remained. Some found their way to Sublight, some to Terra 2, and some lived their final years fighting for food in the wilderness. In the end, only the beasts remained. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. After returning to Edgewater, the deserters negotiated workplace reforms with Reed Thompson, including a single day of rest, which came to be known as a weekend. As the world around him changed, Thompson found himself pining for the old days. He was known to spend his weekends in the cantina, nursing one of the few remaining bottles of Zero-G, and repeating to himself, "It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice." As for Adelaide McDevitt, she tended to her garden in solitude for another year before passing away. Her body was discovered some months later, when Reed Thompson paid her a visit in an effort to make amends. Her remains were buried in a place of honor, underneath the floor of the Edgewater Cannery. Reed believed this was what she always wanted. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Ellie savored her adventures on the Unreliable. Once they were done, she returned to life as usual, running missions of dubious legality, shunning respectable work, and living life to the fullest. She meant to reach out to her one-time captain, but she was always bad at keeping in touch. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Well, there you go, guys. another game complete for the channel. The Outer Worlds, while there was definitely more to be done there for certain. There were so many side quests that I just didn't have the time for, but they're so important. You can see with some of those stories that they could have changed in some instances. For example, Felix, we really didn't get involved in him. There was some other companions we probably could have gotten. But I tell you, I mean, I've always had a good time with this game. I really wish I got to complete this game with the patch that they're planning on doing. I think it's a graphical patch as well as some bug fixes and popping or texture popping type of stuff. Definitely some fixes. I really wish I got to play through it with those fixes in hand. But I wasn't able to, so I've always had a good time with this game, and I'm glad Private Division did give me a chance to play it. And I've played through it in another, I think it was on Xbox One. I played through it there. Totally different playthrough. I actually went with the board. I did a lot of stuff with them. And it was just different. So I encourage people to try different stuff from what you've seen here. You know, there are a lot of different outcomes. And yeah, what did you guys think of this? Is this something that you're going to get? You're going to wait on it? Wait for sale? Not really thinking about it? I don't know. But I appreciate every one of you guys for watching and following through here. So please, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.